So we're going to transition into our last speaker. Everybody should know our friend Joe Lubin. He's the co-founder of Ethereum and wearing his Buffacorn t-shirt, I can see. So you got to get the new Spork Marmot one.
Representing. Yeah, nobody sent me that.
Well, I sent you a free coupon in your email. You just got to go send it to yourself. So we'll get it to you. But in any case,
at least I'm wearing team colors.
Yeah, you got it, man. You're good.
A four-time alumni of ETHDenver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, he's actually one of the Genesis sponsors. We're very grateful to Joe and all of his tireless globetrotting that he does on behalf of the community, but also in addition, just his blind support, frankly, for an idea that was ETHDenver back in the fall of 2017. And, here we are. So, Joe, you got the mic. Take it away, my man.
Thanks, John. Thanks to you and the team on producing a perennially epic event for our ecosystem and decentralizing it, which is a remarkable feat. Legacy economies are all about matter, growing it, moving it, searching for special types of it, transforming it, and turning it into useful forms, energy, power, and force. Such an economy moves at the speed of, matter, and is friction-filled, plodding, and subject to calcification. Most aspects of this kind of economy are heavy. The scarcity of physical resources, combined with the difficulty to cost-effectively allocate them just in time and just where needed, has driven the ethos of economies and social systems for millennia. Scarcity is the foundation of the prevailing global mindset, which I would argue is fear. We have a fear-based economy. Fear of not having what we need, fear of not getting what others tell us we want. It is difficult to be creative, generous, and flowing if you feel that you must constantly, vigilantly protect yourself, those you care about, and the finite resources that you have organized and require for near, middle, and long-term survival. When individuals and organizations have to constantly protect themselves from appropriation, legal or not, of their resources and hard-earned intrinsic value, like identity and reputation, prudent people become inclined to climb up tight, act defensively, following cautious strategies. These are simply survival techniques in a context of fear and scarcity. In a zero-sum game, one party's gain equals another's loss, so the net benefit is zero. In a positive-sum game, all parties can benefit. The ever-evolving system of the world has led to greater and greater expressions of civilization, capabilities, and general standard of living and health. As a species, we've erected systems and embraced collaboration over millennia, enabling civilization to grow to much more than the sum of its parts, achieving positive sum as opposed to zero-sum results. Yet the fact that on a day-to-day basis we still operate squarely in the old paradigm, that of scarcity and fear, that we've inhabited since our days in caves and jungles, means that despite the economic and social evolution, we are still nearly all playing a zero-sum game on local scales in time and space. In our zero-sum day-to-day mindset, those who recognize our trigger points can leverage, and have in pervasive and systematized ways, the fear and perception of scarcity in the general population to create wealth for themselves and consolidate power. This always involves coordination and collaboration, creating positive sum pockets against a zero-sum backdrop. But often, this positive sum is distributed among a narrow set of the stakeholders. Government structures and joint stock corporations facilitate this consolidation of wealth and power. The coordination of power usually comes under the guise of serving the general population. The advertising industry, social media, and government have built systems that exploit scarcity, fear, and other triggers to manipulate the population for commercial and political gain. Monarchies, nation-states, and multinational corporations coordinate with their military-industrial complexes to organize kleptocracies, some egregious and some more subtle, framed, of course, as in the service of the people. Just don't ask why the king is divine, or identify the kleptocracies, or question the ever-expanding industrialization of the military, or reject the prevailing programming of the education industrial complex. At its most pernicious, zero-sum mindset leads to control over education, information, and bodies, and it is supported by the prevailing social and economic doctrine. And it has recently been exacerbated by events globally. In 2021, the zero-sum economic mindset is ever present. With the global economy and financial systems on the precipice of a cascading collapse triggered by COVID, but due to excessive debt throughout the system, regional resource scarcity in food, water, energy, freedom, and problematic demographic shifts in many countries, resulting in aging and shrinking of the working population, the emergence of an alternative organizing principle, one that is positive sum, would be welcome. Fortunately, a powerful shift is in progress. We are approaching a time where we as a society are becoming efficient and productive enough, largely due to automation, to handle our survival requirements relatively inexpensively and effortlessly compared to the cost of previous generations. Adequate food, water, shelter, clothing, and other physical necessities are getting much cheaper to produce and acquire. Robotics, automation, and autonomous decentralized protocol-based systems will keep the heavier, bulky, and mechanical elements of the global economy operational. The manufacturing, the mining, the agriculture, the construction, and even the repetitive and menial jobs that humans must handle today. Soon, humans will be free of these kinds of jobs across nearly all of the population to pursue higher value activities and interests. People plugging into decentralized protocols will enjoy greater economic and political agency on these systems that was previously not possible. The next generation economy will be lightweight in the sense that data in the form of light or electricity is pretty much what the highest value elements of the information infrastructure is composed of. The velocity of such an economy will increase over time from speeds of matter to the speed of light at the upper bound, with no cost and time consumption reconciliation, with no costly and time-consuming reconciliation required between disparate databases, and with money, securities, art, identity, reputation, and most of our jobs and leisure pursuits migrating to natively digital forms, we will squeeze out pervasive delays and frictions in the global economy. Compounding every moment saved in every transaction and interaction will produce exponential growth in the natively digital economy. Protocol-based collaboration networks will see projects defined, organized, funded, and governed. These will be the platforms on which we work and play. The economy will operate at such speed that some protocol-based collaboration networks will form spontaneously, define goals, fund operations, and implement solutions. And just as quickly, many of these will dissolve back into the sea of potentiality because either the goals were accomplished, or someone came along and forked the open source code, or the live operating protocol, or even ran a vampire attack, drawing the community over to a better system. Forking of systems designed to serve people is good. We need choice and agilely evolving systems. Forking should be easy. I predict that in the positive sum future, we will build and favor systems that make forking of code, data, content, and anything else required as easy as clicking a button or calling the fork platform function on a smart contract. Investing in a world in which forking is easy will require new approaches. I expect we will invest in ecosystems and enable talent to move fluidly between projects in those ecosystems without the talent having to give up economic upside. The Sobel project is working on that model. In a world of scarcity, and we are still in that world, intellectual property must be protected. Digital scarcity can be one solution, but I look forward to a world that is evolving so fast that frictions like the protection of intellectual property for periods of time give way to the protection of rapid and incessant innovation. Emerging digital informational economies facilitate ease of creation, duplication, modification, sharing, and communication. In a word, flow, ubiquitous flow. Wikipedia defines the flow state as the mental state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment in the process of the activity. The flow state can be achieved at a societal scale when the economic and social ethos shifts from self-protection and taking to selflessness and giving, with a focus on the well-being of the collectives that we are associated with. If it is not difficult or overly expensive, we should often choose to give if it enables someone to be more effective, more efficient, less constrained, or even just a little bit happier. Positive energy begets positive energy. Helping everyone around you to be better improves the context that you are embedded in. We are moving from a near zero-sum economy to one based on structures with interdependent positive feedback loops. Positive feedback loops of collaboration, giving, and sharing will build a positive sum society. The glue that binds our social fabric is trust. When we lived in small tribes, our trust circle was small and manageable by individuals. As we developed more complex societies, we needed to add rules and centralized rule makers and enforcers. These systems worked reasonably well for a long time, but now organizations and individuals are able to project great destructive power at a distance inexpensively and predict or shape our intentions from the tracks we leave on the internet. In some ways, certain web platforms may know us better than we know ourselves. Humanity has outgrown our trust infrastructure. Fortunately for all of us in our ecosystem, we are developing the next trust paradigm based on decentralized protocols, agreed upon algorithms to come to consensus regarding the economic and social present and past, and decentralized identities and reputation systems that can serve as digital twins to actors and elements in the physical world. We're building a new automated objective trust foundation for our planet that is stronger, cheaper, and more agile. Enabled by this new global trust foundation, many of the projects and companies here at ETHDenver are building the next generation of global financial infrastructure that will enable the world's systems to be rebuilt on sturdier foundations. In a positive sum society, rules are defined by collaboration networks and built into the software that runs the systems. Punishment for breaking society's rules will be mostly economic, for example, in the form of slashing of stake, rather than incarceration. Altercations among nation states or collaboration networks will be fought with tools that influence economic well-being and mind share, and will rarely involve kinetics, explosives, and other deadly weapons. Examples of a positive sum collaboration networks in our ecosystem are plentiful. Ethereum 2 provides broad and unprecedented opportunity to build and have stake in the foundation on which the world's systems will be re-architected. Automated market makers are liquidity providers coordinating guaranteed exchanges of tokens, with fees accruing to users and governance done by users. Filecoin and IPFS are bringing broad granular control and configurable permanence to the read-write web. And we are seeing rapid evolution of broad participatory governance systems across our ecosystem, each tailored to its platform. There's been much talk over the years about an approaching singularity as machine intelligence and automation changes the human condition in a way that makes post-singularity humans or intelligences unrecognizable or incomprehensible to pre-singularity humans. Some believe that the field of artificial intelligence, or a specific AI, will launch into an extreme positive feedback loop and eclipse humanity, or turn everything to gray goo. It can be argued that there will be no inflection point, no obvious moment or event that changes everything. From the start of biological history, intelligence has been on an exponential growth curve. And anywhere you stand, if you look backward in time, it looks fairly flat. And if you look into the future, you see a powerful upturn, quickly leading to a vertical wall of unfathomable complexity and possibility. I expect we will continuously flatten the singularity. In this smoothed singularity interpretation, humans and machine intelligence will likely evolve in tandem, with a variety of hybrid types emerging. Elon Musk's Neuralink and Brian Johnson's kernel will make it possible to read from and send current to individual neurons. We will be able to map, store, and transmit neural patterns that encode perceptions, experiences, thoughts, and ideas. Two people that share similar backgrounds will be able to communicate seemingly telepathically via embedded chips. Several people could, in real time, make a collective decision employing the latest on-chip proof-of-stake consensus algorithm. The social shift from taking to giving as the ethos for economic and social processes may just be the inflection point, if there is one, that future generations, and possibly ours, will perceive as the singularity. The act of giving elevates mood in both the giver and receiver. And in collaboration networks, that can have powerful economic consequences. We're building the foundations that will enable humanity and all of its societies to live in the flow state, to design and play only positive sum games. We can achieve this in interpersonal interactions, and we can evolve society in this direction as well. In a world of interoperating decentralized protocols, society can upgrade its goals and KPIs from GDP and geographical dominance to becoming an ownership and stewardship society, to improving mental, emotional, and societal health, to improving systems of governance and the supporting systems of education and discourse, and to advancing civilizations off-world. The preceding trust paradigm, that of centrally applied subjective trust, lasted millennia through profound societal and technological shifts. This new automated objective trust paradigm that is capturing the imagination of the world might be durable enough to undergird societies for a very long time as well. So take the ethos of giving and flow, that's transactions, interactions, solutions conducted with vastly increased trust, velocity, and ease, and inject that into 1,000 different business verticals, each positively feeding back onto one another. Then stand back and prepare for liftoff. The current generation of hackers, that's you all, have astounding opportunity in front of them. This is the evolution we need to get humanity back on track. This is the foundation we need to evolve and mature as a species. With Elon Musk doing otherworldly things and with Jeff Bezos shifting his major focus to Blue Origin, it is up to us to contribute the positive sum software infrastructure that will constitute the next system of the world and other worlds, as this is the fuel that will propel the collective networked organism called humanity beyond this pale blue dot.
Thanks, Joe. We really appreciate you coming.
You look like a pale blue dot.
Kent?
Oh, hello. We're just out here in the ether having entirely too much fun with the green screen here. Thank you for the insights, Joe. It's always fun just to kind of see where your head's at and just putting everything together in terms of all the impacts. A little bit distracted here by this orbital John, though.
Proof of John is in the ether. Trust me, he's there.
I don't know about you guys, but this is all making me really miss having an in-person conference. It kind of it sucks that DevCon's been delayed again, but we're all looking forward to seeing everyone in person when that's a thing. In the meantime, we have this cool Minecraft sports castle and other VR things.
Poker tournaments, chess tournaments. We've got Minecraft Melee tonight. We've got DJ live streams. We've got over 100 artists contributing to our CryptoVoxels NFT art gallery and auction. So we'll see everybody around. Joe, again, thank you so much. We'll see you in the virtual space, I'm sure. Just let me know where you're at and we'll come meet. So thanks a bunch, everyone.